welcome back to another YouTube video. And in today's upload, it's going to be a quick one. Today, well, actually, yesterday, I decided to build some Lego engines, right? For no reason, I was just bored. So, instead of building a, custom whatever, I started off with building a supercharger instead of the engine first. So I built the supercharger. It was like a really big supercharger. Um, Worked fine. I had a pulley on the pulley about as big as this. That's about the size of the pulley. um, so I built that, and then once I started building the engine, I built a dual pulley up top. So it was two pulleys and then supercharger pulley, and then at the bottom I had the main pulley that connects to the drive shaft thing. I think if I'm right. So basically, I took that entire design and made a tried to make a 2JZ out of that. So I got the two main pulleys. This is what where we get our power from, and then this is I think it's the what is called drive shaft. I'm not exactly sure. I could be totally off, and I could be totally correct. I have no idea. But either way, this is a fully functional 2JZ. This is my best replica. I might go back and do this again. So from the front, you can definitely tell it's a replica of a 2JZ from this side. But until you look at the back, it's just like, what happened here? Um, I'm not sure. I think it looks better than a 2JZ. It's mainly just a custom build, basically, inspired off of a 2JZ. So it's not a replica 1-to-1 2JZ. It's a replica. Well, not a replica. It's a. I took the idea from the engine. You get what I'm saying. But either way, we have powers, and we got this piece. All operates by this one little thingy back here. Once you spin this, you will spin this instead of if you're supposed to spin this, you theoretically, since your power is coming from here, this should be the first thing that starts to spin. But it's whatever. But yeah, that's that. It's a super simple design. I'll actually take it apart and show you. So take this piece out. This is this rod. Now this black piece here is not necessary, but whenever I flick it, so like if I did this and flicked it, it makes the engine kind of wobble side to side, so you actually feel what would be, that power, but besides that, to take this piece out, we can see we have a rubber band, and that is it. It's such a simple design. I don't even think I have to make a video on how to build it. It's just so simple. And this is what I was talking about when I meant this black bar kind of shakes it side to side. So if I spun it, if you have it in your hand, you can feel it kind of shake very aggressively. Well, that is one out of the two engines I built. This is the 2JZ inspired engine. Pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking simple as well. Next, I have a custom engine. So this one is like a big size difference compared to the 2JZ. The two main pulleys are huge. So this is my best remake or model of what a custom McLaren engine, just like a standard V12 would be like. It looks pretty. Yeah, I guess you can call this a V12 if it was anything. This is it. Okay, so it's a little bit more complex, but kind of simple at the same time than the 2JZ. So first things first, we got the pulleys, okay? So instead of just one rubber band, I got two. One of the rubber bands goes to only both of these. So when you spin it, if I disengage this rubber band from here, you have two rubber bands still on the thingy, you know, it just moved this instead. Now there is a delay from when you pull this to when this one starts going. Same with this side, there is a delay. And even on the 2JZ, there is a delay. It's a lot less noticeable, but there is a delay. And the drive shaft thingy still spins around and around and around and around. Now this one doesn't have that. It's just a little knob, but if I wanted to attach something there, all I gotta do is just slap it on there and then boom. Now honestly, I could just take the one from the 2JZ if I was that down bad. Take off the black piece and then it'd just be that. Now, next, if we pull this belt down and this other belt goes to the drive shaft, I'm not sure what it's called. We have a fully functional engine with 2 pulleys, which is pretty freaking cool. A 2-pulley engine, you know, so that's pretty cool. And it still doesn't really have a delay at all. I'm talking about this down here, by the way. This doesn't really have a delay at all. It's pretty instant. And it really keeps on track with all the other pulleys as well. That's pretty cool. Just 2 really simple builds. Now this one is supercharged, okay? Now, instead of building another pulley, I could do that. But also, I could just add this piece on and call it a day. Now, I'm going to make something super simple. Right now, I am going to make a supercharger for this 2JZ. I'm going to even show you how I'm going to build this supercharger. I'm doing something crazy simple. Just a super easy, quick little build. And I'll show you how. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and need our pulley. So this is our main pulley for the supercharger, and our kind of only pulley. We're just going to attach this to any real body that you think a supercharger would be on. And that clicks on, and make sure this spins very tightly. I mean, very loosely. You don't want this very tight because it just won't spin because it's just so tight. It's a rubber band, if you know what I'm saying. So that's literally it. If you want to build a super simple supercharger, just make a pulley and make a block. And then it just slaps onto the top of what is your functional 2JZ. So, click it on. Now this is a little bit oversized, as you can tell. But, nonetheless, it is still a supercharger. So, what you want to do to actually attach it and use it is you want to take your belt and put your belt on your pulley. And then you also have a spinning supercharger. Well, actually, I don't have this aligned, so it's not going to work. You have to make sure your belt is with all your other pulleys as well, and then it should spin. Oh, well, this one might not spin. We have a simple problem. So if I spin this drive shaft, right, I'm spinning it right now. We have a little problem. There's a problem. Yeah. So instead of doing that, just spin the supercharger and then it will all just kind of spin itself. Your model will most likely be different than mine. Not all of the models are going to be the exact same. It doesn't even spin that bad, honestly. Huh. Well, that's that. Not a very good demonstration on how to build a supercharger, but good enough, eh? Now, if you spin this top of the supercharger, it'll still spin the drive shaft thingy as well. That's pretty much, I guess, it for today's video. It was kind of a little simple video. It wasn't nothing really special. So to take it off, just rip it off the top and make sure your belt is on all 3 of your pulleys straightly, just like that. Boom. Nice. Well, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. My Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram link will always be in my about page. And goodbye.